So generally for games, the team called Adachi, previously known as Blair Chiefs, likes to set up in this way, where they have a right winger, a striker, and then they have got a left midfielder there. So they generally love to sit deep with their defense. They have got a low block system, so it means that the defense generally doesn't go up high, except for on the left side where they've got a number 3, which is a who sometimes plays in the middle, sometimes he plays as a left back, and sometimes he goes up high in the in their system, because he's a very versatile player and he's a very fast player. So the way to beat this team is they like to launch the ball to their number 9 like this, and then have him hold it up, they play, and then comes, and then they pass the ball on this side, and then they get it to the left side, and all of these players, they're gonna be in the box. They pass it in, and then they try to get in with a header. So how would I go about beating the system, a system which is set up in this manner? I think it's kind of it's relatively easy to do that. You set up your defense with four defenders right there, and then you have almost like a box system around this number 9. So, what's the logic behind this box system? We want to set it up such that when this long ball comes and then it gets to this number 9, he's a holding striker where he holds up the ball and then he passes it like in the style of Lukaku. And he's a really big guy, so he's also very difficult to defend against. What we'll do is we have it such that the second that receives the ball, we have a double press system on him like this, and then these players, these two here, they're cutting off the passing lines to these guys, and we're not really worried about these wingers because they are covered by our left backs and our right back. We won't be playing a very we won't be having high flying left backs, which would make it difficult for them to defend these wingers, because they would have to fly back, to fly forward, and then to fly back like this in counter attacking situations. But if we are able to have if we're able to have the this box system, and we're able to cut off the passing lines to this number 10 and to this number 8, we move with them to cut off those passing lines, right? And then once we cut them off, the only options that they have to is this one, is to play the ball back, because even if they try to, if we're pressing him deep and then he tries to push in the ball like this, he's not going to put out a quality ball, because he's not a baller. He's not a very good with his feet like that. He's just very tall and he's very strong. So when the ball, it only opens him up to play the ball back like this. And what do we do when that happens? We press such that we have two players cutting off the passing line to this number 8, and cutting off the passing line. Only thing that they can do now is to either play the ball back, and if they play the ball back, if they make that mistake to play the ball back to the defense, we extra press them. In particular, what would be the trigger press is if the ball comes to the side. That's when we extra press, because now we know that they're gonna release the ball. Is either gonna release the ball this side, or is only gonna release the ball that side. And when the ball comes that side, this is not gonna be a quality ball. And and when that happens, we just do the same exact thing that we did for the hold up balls. But what should be noted is that to beat a team like Adachi, this this area right here, this is where you win or lose the game. Because if you're able to control this area, if you're able to control this number 9, then it means that you're controlling the game. You're able to decide how they play. And then how would you beat them going forward? Because that's the next question that is going to be asked, right? How would you beat them going forward? When we're beating them going forward, it's relatively simple. It's really relatively simple. Let's say we're setting up with the 4-3, with the 4-3-3, and we're in a scenario where we have them here. What they do every time that they get the ball up there is that they try to move forward, because they want to support their number 9. So when we deep press them like this, we press them, we get the ball. What do? We exploit these places because they have high flying left backs. We exploit these places that are here and places that are here. That's where we will try to get our ball to get to, because it's relatively easier to beat this team when you're attacking them directly, and it's relatively easier to beat their attack when you force when you disallow them, man, when you disallow them to go into these wide areas here. Because if you let them make a cross, let them make a cross, I guarantee you that they are gonna beat you, because they have got very strong players in their attacking ranks. So what you should do is you should force them to play directly, because they don't have good players who are very good in their feet. So force them to play directly. That's all that I have to say for you concerning beating Adachi. Thank you very much. So these are some videos that you're gonna be that are gonna be playing, that you can look at and analyze, and you see that what I was talking about on the platform when I was showing you the drawings and the team squads and the formations. It plays out in the field, and you can constantly see these patterns in the way that Adachi plays, where teams that generally force them to play through the middle, they generally succeed, and teams that allow them the privilege of going wide and the privilege of making all of these crosses that they make, the teams that they generally beat and the teams that generally suffer. And it's a quite a dynamic team, because they have a lot of versatile players. So during the game they're able to change their formations, and sometimes they even play a 2-3, I don't know, I think it's a 2-3-5 type of formation, where they've got two fullbacks which are flying high, and they've got three center backs, and so they have 5 defenders, and then they also have got 5 attackers, which is relatively difficult to deal with. But then if you're able to force this team to play directly, and you stifle them out, you press their wingers, you're gonna have a relatively good amount of success beating them. So this is my take on how to beat Adachi, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I think there's gonna be some left rollover footage that you can watch, and then you can also see annotations on the screen there.